Yes, it's Thursday, October 15th. I'm Tom Novak. This is your Bring Me the News and Novak Weather Update. We're going to start talking about some winter here. I know people don't want to hear that, but it is mid-October, and it's not surprising that some places are going to get some snow here in Minnesota as we get into the second half of October. I think the Twin Cities is okay right now, but as you start going north of the Twin Cities or the northern half of Minnesota, it could get a little wintry here over the next several days starting this weekend. By the way, what you're seeing right now, this is the NOAA, uh, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. This is their prediction for the winter now of 2020 and 2021 winter season here. And this is a classic or La Nina pattern, by the way, where we get a jet stream that cruises out of the northwestern Pacific coast and then dips down into central United States and then eventually turns northeast into the Great Lakes, and we're setting ourselves up for a pretty brutal winter the way it appears over Montana, the Dakotas, and portions of Minnesota, with temperatures expected below normal up there. Here in southern Minnesota and the Twin Cities area, western Wisconsin, near normals temperatures expected this winter. And then precipitation-wise, look at this. Plenty of snow, the way it appears, can be expected over much of the northern half of the United States. Again, fairly typical of La Nina, with some areas around the Great Lakes getting a little bit extra snow than what they would usually get. And that would also be the same up in the Dakotas and Montana. Again, a brutal winter potentially up there. And by the way, you can get these maps at bringmethenews.com. So that's where we're getting these maps from right now. So anyway, should be an interesting winter with some above average snowfall and some typical cold weather. Visible satellite for today and this afternoon. Look at the cumulus clouds. Yeah, they're pretty. They're the puffy clouds. They're harmless, but it also means that it's cold, and it's getting colder as the day progresses, and that's setting us up for a pretty cold night. Of course, the sunshine comes up during the day, heats the ground, and that creates an unstable atmosphere because of the cold air on top of us, and that's the reason why we get these cumulus clouds. They'll dissipate as we get into the nighttime hours and then reform again tomorrow the way it appears. So a mix of clouds and sun is quite likely. Tomorrow is going to be a very similar day to today, and then we got to talk about the weekend. All right, here is the European Computer Model Guidance. Now, these are the low-level temperatures. The temperatures at about 5,000 feet. And what I'm showing you is I just want you to focus on what's happening up here in Canada, up in Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba, and watch the trajectory of this bitterly cold Arctic air for this time of the year as it moves southeast over time, not only later this week, but then this weekend, and then look at as we get into next week, we get these little periodic storms that develop on the edge of this Arctic air mass. But long story short, the cold air is going to be sticking around much of our region here over the next 7 days because of the flow that's going to be coming out of Canada. This is a west to northwest flow that is coming down into the United States, again, pulling down periodic bouts of Arctic air, which means we're going to likely be having below normal temperatures for much of this period. Now, temperatures this afternoon, and these were basically the highs in the upper 40s and low 50s here over southern Minnesota, and upper 30s and lower 40s up in northern Minnesota. As we go through time, look at how the temps drop tonight. And by tomorrow morning, I'm expecting temperatures near or just below freezing over much of Minnesota. We don't warm up much tomorrow. Again, highs only in the 40s the way it appears in southern Minnesota, 30s up north. And then watch what happens as we get into Saturday. A very interesting day developing on Saturday. We've been telling you this for quite a while. But look, we have a difference in temperatures from southern Minnesota with temperatures in the 60s to northern Minnesota with temperatures in the 30s. Yes, that means there's going to be a storm system located right here over central Minnesota, a low pressure system. And to the north of that low pressure system is where I'm expecting some snow to develop on Saturday. So a real interesting day setting up across Minnesota. And then, of course, the cold air dumps in behind this storm system. As we look at future radar now, mostly dry the way it appears between now and Friday. But look at what happens Friday evening and into Friday night. This is the forecast radar now for Friday midnight, and look at this. Yes, the blue, that is snow now developing over North Dakota, over northern North Dakota, of course mixed with some rain in some areas. But then look at how this snow continues to travel east right across northern Minnesota. So if you're in the Grand Forks, East Grand Forks area, Thief River Falls, Bemidji, International Falls, War Road, Lake of the Woods, Duluth, all these areas have the potential for snow the way it appears on Saturday. And some of it definitely could be accumulating as we get into the day and evening hours on Saturday as that low pressure system tracks just north of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area across central Minnesota. In fact, as we look at the potential snow now, this is from Novak Weather and Bring Me the News. Yes, I won't be surprised to see 2 to 4 inches of slushy snow across portions of eastern North Dakota and about the northern third of Minnesota. Now, I'm not too worried about this ice, but I think I just needed to put it in there. The southern end of this precipitation shield may feature a little bit of ice, so be aware that it could get slick up in eastern North Dakota and about the northern third of Minnesota on Saturday as this storm system pivots east across Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin. Here's your extended forecast from Novak Weather and Bring Me the News. Again, 40s for tomorrow, 46 I'm thinking for tomorrow's high. And then, yeah, here's this interesting day on Saturday. Southern Minnesota, I'm pretty confident it's going to rise into the low 60s from about the Twin Cities on south. Of course, 30s up in northern Minnesota. And then everybody gets in on the cold weather for next week. Sunday's going to be cold. Monday's going to be cold. Temperatures a good 10 to 15 degrees below normal. And Tuesday could feature just a simply ugly, cold, rainy day with a high temperature around 40 degrees. And I think another shot, yes, again, of rain and maybe even some snow across portions of Minnesota as we get into early next week. All right, that's your forecast. I hope everybody has a great evening. Stay warm and bundle up.